Break the board sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe. What we do here is we give out stats, trends, and information to help you with your handicap covering all sports. But what I want to focus on in this show is it's a new year. Time to turn the calendar 2026. And you might be looking back and saying, man, how much did I make last year sports betting? Or how successful was I last year? So I want to give you a couple rules, things to go by if you want to be a pro sports bettor to really set yourself up to be able to make money long term. And the first thing is, do you even know what you were plus or minus in 2025? Do you? Do you not? Now, if you go on a lot of places, your DraftKings, your FanDuels, your MGMs, they'll give you your old W-2 statements. But I think it's more important to be processing throughout the season. So the first thing you need to do if you're going to be a successful sports bettor is you need to have a tracker. Now, this can come in a form of a bunch of different ways. You can do the old notebook, pen and paper like old school guys like me do, or you can do what I'm trying to move towards. You can do your Google Sheets, some of you older Excel guys, but it's really important that you have the game, the opening line, what you thought the line should be, the closing line, and then what you bet. That's the most important thing. And then you need to track those out. And at the end of every month, just like as you run a business, you need to look at that from a P&L perspective and say, okay, I'm plus or minus this. Now, the other thing that'll help you is when you're tracking those is you need to set out what's my straight bets and then what's my parlays. And here's the reason why. Parlays are where good bettors go to die. It's not really that you're not a successful bettor, it's that you're just betting the wrong things or you're more of a recreational bettor. I hear this all the time. Hey, it's just recreation. I'm cool losing 100, 200 bucks a weekend. Why would you be cool losing 100, 200 bucks a weekend when you could make 200 bucks a week, right? Could you not take an extra, $10,000 a year if you're betting 200 a week, making 200 instead of losing 200? So you need to be able to keep track of that. So again, start today, notebook, Excel sheet, Google sheet, some crazy form for you people that are really big into AI and whatnot. But you got to track what's the game, what's the sport, what was the opening line, what's the line you thought it should be, and what was the closing line, and what's your bet risk, and what's the win on it. So if it's minus 165, 100 to win like $67 or whatever. Brings me to my second point while we're on that of being a successful bettor is the risk on a bet. Now, listen, I know a lot of you say, I want to win 100 bucks, so I lay minus 140, right? But you also are in that time of year where NHL, especially baseball coming up, college basketball, there's a lot of tight spreads as well. You really take away any advantage you have of betting an underdog when you lay 140 to win 100, right? And here's what I'm saying. So if you look at this and just workshopping it out, if I take Washington State today minus 320 and I take Seattle plus 530, well, if I'm going to do the 320, I got to lay 960 to win 300, right? As to where if I bet Seattle for 300, I'm going to make 1590, right? So obviously more profit on the dog. But what you have to watch here is that 320 with Washington State, as much as you like it, if your size bet is 100 bucks, it's $100 risk. It's not 140 to win 100. It's not 320 to win 100. You'll get yourself juiced out. And I know this is a big argument in the market, big argument in the space, but I'm just here to tell you, after 20 years of doing it, that's how you have to do it. Start workshopping it and you'll see what I'm talking about. You basically take away all your underdog wins. That helps offset the major thing we're fighting here, which is juice, right? Juice is what we're all fighting. And now you have a lot of juice both ways in your FanDuel, your DraftKings. It's not like Vegas where you go out there and you have a dog and a favorite most of the time. There's a lot more minus 115, minus 105, minus 110, minus 110, minus 108, minus 125, right? So the books are gaining more and more of an edge. So your risk amount always has to be what size your bet. So no matter if you're betting a favored or you're betting a dog, if you bet 10 bucks a game, the risk is 10 bucks. If you bet 100 bucks a game, the risk is $100. It has got to stay that way. So we got tracking our bets. We know how to bet on the bankroll, what our risk amount should be each and every time. And then the third thing I want to cover is discipline, right? You cannot bet every game on the board. You're looking for on a weekday. Now, there's a lot of college basketball now, NBA hockey. You're looking on a weekday 1 to 3 bets, right? If it's a loaded slate like on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, maybe you creep up to 5. If you're looking at the football weekend, again, you cannot play every game. You can't do that and be successful. You'll have, listen, I just went through this myself, 6-0 first round of the CFP. Second round got my face blown off, right? Because everybody wants plays, everybody wants my opinion on it. Instead, the favorite thing I liked the whole week was Ole Miss +7, and I liked Miami +10. Well, Miami, I didn't even give out. I gave Ohio State money line parlays trying to play it safe. There is no safe bet. If you're going to bet, you're going to handicap, you have got to put yourself out there. So you got to make sure you're only betting it if you love it. During the week, if you can keep it to that 3-game minimum, great. On the weekend, I understand. Like yesterday, there's like 140 some games on the college basketball slate. Gave out 8 college basketball plays, right? That's a lot on top of giving out the Bucks in football. Gave out 2 hockeys. There's just a ton of sports. NBA split out with the Mavs and the Clippers. Like there's just a lot of games. So you're going to naturally just bet more on the weekends. But if you can corral that in, because a couple reasons. 1, it's easier to track, right? 2, it's easier to handicap. And 3, the more you have to put into your tracker, the less bets you'll want to make, which means your bets will get more refined. You'll get more accurate. You'll get more pinpointed. And again, this isn't about volume. This is about quantity. Your job is to make money, not for it to be a recreational habit. So again, tracker, notebook, Google Sheet, Excel, track your bets, rewind back to the start of this and see how I told you to do it. Your risk amount is always the size of your bet. So if you're a $10 bettor, doesn't matter if it's a favorite or if it's a dog, you're risking $10. Doesn't matter if you're a $1,000 bettor, your risk is the same, whether it's a dog or a favorite, right? Whether you're getting plus money or you're laying $2 juice, doesn't matter. It's $100. So if you take the Colorado Avalanche -255 and you're a $100 bettor, the risk is $100 on the Colorado Avalanche, right? Because if you lose that, trying to make up all that juice, now you got to win like 3 games to cover it, right? As to where if I lay 100 on the Avalanche at -255 and I lay 100 on the Predators +180 and the Predators wins and the Avalanche loses, well, I still made money, right? You can't have a dog win and you're still running from behind. And then the third part, again, try to zero it in. If you can get it to 3, great. But again, 3 bets during the week. And here's the other thing. If you're a $10 bettor, right, and they just did a study, FanDuel and DraftKings said 91% of their bets are $10 or less, which blew my mind. But let's say you're a $10 bettor and your bets are $10. You're allowed 1 parlay a day at $2. That's all you're allowed. That's all you're allowed. You're playing these, and you only want to talk about the wins. You don't talk about all the tons of losses. So if you're a $10 bettor, your straight plays are $10. You get 1 $2 parlay per day. That's all you get. If you're a $100 bettor, you get 1 $10 parlay per day, right? That's what you get. All right. RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports. We'll have volume 2 coming out. Keep these tips rolling through the year. You can make money doing this, but you have to change your mindset. You have to be disciplined and you have to be organized. RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports, giving you stats, trends, and information to help you with your handicap. God bless and happy handicapping.